Hello friends, in this video we are going to talk about the equilibrium of a body. मान लो एक बॉडी पड़ा हुआ है ऐसे, ओके, आई अप्लाई फोर्स F1, F2, F3. Given that the value of force F1 is equal to the value of F3, you see the body will not move. On the application of multiple forces, body does not move. That means the body is in the state of rest. It is not changing the nature of motion. Next question. मान लीजिए I have a car moving with a constant velocity, let's say 10 meter per second. Can you find out how many forces are acting upon it? Engine is providing a force forward, F of engine, and the air is providing the drag, F drag. Both are such that the velocity is maintained. You see, if the velocity is maintained, then the net force should not be there, because constant velocity का मतलब क्या होता है? Acceleration is zero. The acceleration is zero only when the net force acting on the body is zero. In such situations, when either body is at rest or body is not changing the motion, velocity of motion, such situation is called equilibrium. So equilibrium, what are we talking about? We are talking about forces. We are not talking about the body at rest. Even if I am talking about equilibrium of a body, I do not talk about the body being at rest. I talk about the net forces on the body are zero. So यहाँ पे F1 is cancelling out F3, and whatever F2 is being applied downward should be cancelled by extra normal reaction given by the ground, क्योंकि इसका एक weight भी तो है, इसका एक weight downward है. One force is applied downward, so the normal reaction by the ground should be equal to F2 plus the weight. This situation is called static equilibrium. Static means body is at rest and there is a net summation of forces is zero. In this case, what are we going to talk about? Is it a static equilibrium? No, the body is moving. So what kind of equilibrium we call it? Dynamic. That means the body is moving and yet the sum of the forces is zero. और कुछ एग्जाम्पल इसके लिए जा सकते हैं. मान लीजिए I have a raindrop falling. It is falling from an altitude of almost 3 to 4 kilometers. इतना दूर से एक raindrop अगर आता है, so let's say it constantly accelerates downwards. You know, when it reaches the ground, it will acquire a velocity which is more than a velocity of bullet fired from a gun. But what happened? It has a force downward, which is its weight, which is countered by the drag force by the air. And that's why it acquires a constant velocity from which it falls down. So again, the net force are cancelled out. Which kind of equilibrium it is? Dynamic equilibrium. If I want to extend the concept of static and dynamic beyond the normal forces, I also applied for rotational effect. Or let's say I have the same square body, cubic body I would rather say. This is force F1 and this is force F2. Tell me what are F1, even though the value of F1, sorry, it is F3. The value of F1 is same as value of F3. Both are trying to rotate it. Which direction? This is trying to rotate clockwise and this is also trying to rotate it clockwise. The moment of F1 is equal to the moment of F3 and they both are in the direction of clockwise. So total moment बताओ क्या हो गया? Moment by F1 plus moment by F2. Is it an equilibrium? Let's say it is an equilibrium. Then there must be a counter force. You see, this is trying to lift the body up in this direction. This guy is also trying to lift the body up. But there is one force, that is its weight, which is trying to rotate it anti-clockwise. So let's say if this body is static, it is not moving, then apart from the force balance, there should also be moment balance. When I talk about the moment balance, this moment should be exactly equal to moment due to weight, and then it should not move. So again, when we talk about the static equilibrium, which two conditions we talk about? Condition number one is the forces in the one direction should be balanced. So net forces should be balanced. Apart from it, the net moments also should be balanced. हम numericals में कुछ questions करेंगे where both the condition will be required. So चलो, let's have a quick revision. What is the static equilibrium? What is dynamic equilibrium? When we talk about static equilibrium, the body is at rest and the sum of all the forces is 0 and the algebraic sum of all the moment is also equal to 0. But when we talk about dynamic equilibrium, is the body is at rest? No, body is moving with a constant velocity and the net force are 0. Is the moment condition applied here also? Yes, the net moment is also equal to 0. इसमें you can take 2-3 more conditions. Example, when we talk about circular motion, we'll talk about when a body is moving in a circular motion. For example, a stone tied with a string and I am moving it. So stone moving with a uniform speed, that is also a dynamic equilibrium. If a car is taking a turn, circular turn, that is also a dynamic equilibrium because the net force acting on the body is 0 or the force required to put it into the circular motion is there while the body is moving with a uniform speed. Okay, thank you so much. In the next video, we'll be going to talk about some numericals on the equilibrium and the moment of the body.